The thrilling story begins with a doctor named Franklin. Franklin was highly skilled in human surgeries, but apart from that, he used to conduct many experiments on himself. Among these experiments, Franklin was attempting to create a new human by combining various human body parts. It took him several months to achieve this. Although he managed to create a new person using these body parts, Franklin became increasingly frightened by the experiment. This was something that should not have been known to anyone, so Franklin covered the created man completely and threw him into a distant river. Franklin hoped that things would return to normal, but the man created from the experiment was now fully alive. His entire body was stitched, which made him extremely dangerous. Franklin had lovingly named the man Victor, but after Victor regained some consciousness, he realized that Franklin had tried to kill him. Fueled by a desire for revenge, Victor went directly to Franklin's home and killed Franklin's wife. Victor then went out into a snowy area where his body seemed to be immune to the cold temperatures. When Franklin learned that Victor had killed his wife, he began to pursue him into the snowy region. However, Franklin could not endure the severe cold and died there. Although Victor had already harbored hatred for Franklin, after his death, he came to bury Franklin's body. After performing all the necessary rites, as Victor was leaving, a man appeared before him. This man was none other than a demon. The demon had come to kill Victor and take his soul with him. Victor, who had only recently come into existence, was not ready to die immediately. Therefore, he began to fight the demon. The demon possessed dark powers, but as the demon was about to kill Victor, Victor quickly took out a cross symbol and thrust it into the demon's body. However, soon after the scene, more demons and their entire army arrived, attacking Victor all at once. At the same time, we see dangerous flying creatures appearing from afar, gathering in the forest. Instead of attacking Victor, these flying creatures were capturing and killing all the demons as if they were following some command not to attack Victor. Soon, all the demons were defeated, and a team of fighters arrived. One of them was named Higher, and the other was a lady named KG. This was all new to Victor, who fainted from the shock. KG recognized Victor as someone who might have special abilities, so she insisted that they needed to take Victor to their queen. The fighters brought Victor to a palace where his arms were shackled. In front of Victor, the queen of the fighters, Leonora, appeared. Initially, Leonora's soldiers moved to kill Victor, but Leonora stopped them, recognizing that Victor's eyes and body structure were different. She realized that Victor was not their enemy. Therefore, Victor was released safely. Leonora explained to Victor that those who had attacked him were demons working for a very dangerous devil named Nubian. The demons aimed to destroy humans and absorb their souls into their bodies. However, fighters like them fought against the demons to protect humanity. Victor, being a human, had become a target for the demons. Leonora told Victor that they needed to expand their team of fighters, so she invited him to join them. But Victor was not interested in any of this. He only wanted to live his life and continue his journey. Nonetheless, some of Leonora's soldiers took Victor to their weapons room, even though Victor did not want to join their team. However, due to his considerable abilities, Victor could fight demons alone. Therefore, the fighters allowed Victor to choose from the many weapons available so that he could fight the demons. After trying out several weapons, Victor found one that he liked and kept it for himself. He then set out on his journey alone. When the fighters had brought Victor here, he had been carrying a book with him, which Leonora had asked to be kept safely. Victor gradually learned to use the weapons and managed to kill many demons with them. As he continued to use the weapons, his experience grew, and he became highly skilled. Years passed, and Victor had slain many demons, but his target now was the demon king named Nubus. While on his journey to achieve this goal, Victor returned to his old city, where he had been created. Over time, the city had developed significantly, which astonished Victor. He arrived at a club, searching for a man, but was suddenly attacked by a dangerous demon. Victor, having learned to fight such demons effectively, fought back and began to kill the demon with his weapon. Victor asked where he could find their leader, Nubus, but just then, a police officer arrived and fired a shot, giving the demon a chance to escape. Victor chased after it, but failed to catch it. The demon fled to the top of a building, where Victor observed everything from above. Suddenly, a dangerous flying creature appeared and carried Victor away, leaving him confused about why this was happening to him. Meanwhile, in a laboratory, scientists Tara and Cal were working on an experiment. Tara had placed a dead rat inside an advanced electrical machine and was passing a lot of current through its body. The goal was to bring the dead rat back to life. During the experiment, the rat's heartbeat briefly accelerated, but the machine shut down due to excessive power limits. Tara and Cal were thrilled because they had at least succeeded in bringing the rat back to life for a few seconds. They believed that with more work on the machine, they could even revive a dead human. Their boss, Nubus, who was observing the entire experiment from behind, was none other than the king of the demons. Nubus was in human form, but some demons reported to him that a man named Victor, who had considerable abilities, had been revived by a scientist named Franklin years ago using various human body parts. Nubus had been spending a lot of money on experiments to revive dead people, and Franklin had already performed such an experiment years ago. Now, Nubus ordered all his demons to bring Victor to him by any means necessary. Consequently, a massive army of demons began to roam the city to capture Victor and bring him to their king. The flying creature carried Victor to Leonora's palace, where the fighters, knowing that Victor's life was in danger and that Nubus's forces were arriving, restrained him to imprison him. Meanwhile, Hire, KG, and the other fighters noticed that the demon army was increasing in number. To counter this, they transformed into their creature forms and began attacking the demons. Their large size allowed them to take down many demons at once. However, this was part of the demons' plan. They sent a portion of their army to keep the creatures busy, while a second wave of demons jumped from the building onto them. The sheer quantity of demons started to overpower the creatures. Many demons managed to enter the palace, and Leonora's general told KG and Hire that they needed to protect Victor at all costs. They used all their power to stop the demons and protect Victor. Hire and KG immediately began to protect Victor, but Victor asked them to release him because he could help them fight the demons. The fighters decided to free Victor, and together they formed a team to combat the demons. However, due to the sheer number of demons, KG was killed, and both KG and Hire were injured. Leonora's general, with his team, went outside to fight the demons, but they were unaware that this was another part of the demons' plan. The demons were merely pretending to attack, while some directly entered Leonora's chamber, kidnapped her, and fled. Victor had managed to capture a demon red-handed and, after making the demon reveal information, learned that they only needed a lost book written by Franklin years ago. The demons had kidnapped Leonora to use her as leverage to get the book from Victor. Victor's allies informed him about Leonora's kidnapping, so Victor began to interrogate the captured demon for the address where Leonora was held. After significant torture, the demon revealed everything, and Victor, along with Leonora's general, headed directly to the location where Nubus's agent was holding Leonora. Leonora's general knew that all this chaos was due to the book, so he agreed to give the book in exchange for Leonora's release. Once the agent received the book, he freed Leonora. The general quickly took Leonora to a safe place. Meanwhile, Victor went outside and began killing all the demons present. The agent took the book and headed back to Nubus. Victor, having eliminated many demons in a short time, pursued the agent relentlessly. The agent successfully delivered the book to Nubus. Victor arrived at the location, which turned out to be a very large laboratory. Suddenly, upon entering the chamber, Victor saw that there were dead bodies hanging everywhere, possibly being prepared for some experiment. Nubus, who had the Book of Franklin, handed it over to Tara, as it contained all the formulas and techniques used by Franklin to revive dead humans. With this book, Tara and the other scientists could potentially revive many people. As soon as Victor learned this, he jumped in front of Tara and angrily demanded the book. However, Nubus's many demon associates arrived at the scene, wanting to capture Victor. Victor, while protecting the book, jumped out of the place and fled. He managed to get into a train, where he read the book and discovered that the data contained within were related to his own body, meaning that the methods used by Franklin to create Victor were detailed in the book. Victor now had an idea of Nubus's plan and decided to visit Tara the next day, bringing her to a safe place and explaining everything. Victor revealed that the book contained methods for reviving dead people, and Nubus intended to use this knowledge to create a large army of undead, transforming them into demons. However, Nubus's agent arrived to retrieve the book, leading to a fierce battle between him and Victor. At one point, the agent tried to kill Victor, but Tara intervened, stating that they needed Victor for the experiment. Meanwhile, Nora distracted the agent, allowing Victor to kill him. After securing the book, Victor and Tara quickly moved to a safe location. Exhausted from the fight, Victor fell asleep there, while Tara began studying the book, learning all the techniques within a few hours. Victor insisted that the techniques in the book must not fall into Nubus's hands, so he decided to destroy the book. The next day, when Tara went to her laboratory, she found that some agents had captured another scientist, Carl, who was talking with her. Nubus realized that Tara now knew how to revive dead people. Therefore, after killing Carl, he started threatening to eliminate Tara as well. Tara had to make changes to the machine according to Franklin's techniques. Meanwhile, Victor was advancing towards Nubus's laboratory to save Tara and destroy all the demons. However, Leonora wanted to eliminate both Victor and Tara because they were the only ones who knew how Franklin had described the techniques for reviving the dead in his book. Initially, Leonora's dangerous creatures attacked Victor, but they soon realized that Victor was part of their team and was fighting the demons. As Victor reached the laboratory, a massive army of demons began their attack. Victor, Leonora, and her dangerous demon creatures started their assault. Victor quickly entered the laboratory to rescue Tara, who was facing Nubus. Nubus had transformed into his true demon form and was severely attacking Victor, drawing cursed symbols on his forehead to enslave him under demonic control. Meanwhile, Leonora and some of her companions entered the laboratory, where thousands of dead bodies were stored. The process to revive them was 90% complete. Following Leonora's orders, her creatures began destroying the dead bodies. They needed to jam the entire network system of the machine, so the creatures started harnessing their power to destroy everything. On the other side, Nubus tried to control Victor, but Victor's willpower was incredibly strong. Regaining his composure, Victor managed to drive a powerful weapon into Nubus's body. After Nubus's death, a massive explosion occurred, causing the entire building and laboratory to collapse and be destroyed in the blast. Leonora and her companions succeeded in destroying the dead bodies. Leonora then captured Victor and Tara and brought them outside, where they were completely safe. A strong understanding developed between Victor and Tara. Victor decided to join Leonora's team to fight against the remaining demons. It was now Tara's job to ensure peace everywhere. And thus, our story concludes here.